Good morning, welcome again to the GDFL Footy Show, coming to you live on a beautiful Saturday morning in Geelong. And boy are we excited, it's Interleague Footy weekend. And the Interleague Footy is back in Geelong and back with the GDFL. And we're really pleased about that because our boys get to run around and represent the Geelong and District Footy League, and netball will be fantastic indeed. Well, last weekend they saw a round of great games, and the Tommy Tigers, probably one of the big upsets of the season, far too good for the Belpost Hill Panthers, with Jackson McLeod kicking 6 goals. Actually a very big weekend of goal kickers. Werribee Centrals, much too good for Inverleigh. Are Inverleigh gone? I'm not going to say that, but Anthony Kitchen beating 4 goals for them. North Geelong Footy Club, back in town, the Magpies. I've got to keep a lid on it. Back in town, the Magpies. Absolutely slaughtered Coria with Paul Brigette, or Briggy, kicking 7 goals. And won't he be a great influence on the Interleague side this afternoon? East Geelong, well, talk about a one-man band out there. Adam Scrobelak booting an incredible 13 goals for the East Geelong Eagles, and best on the ground, no surprise about that. He was absolutely sensational at the expense of the Belmont Lions Footy Club, who've got a lot of problems out there indeed. The Bannockburn Tigers absolutely belted Geelong West. Aaron Eddy kicking 6 goals, a great effort there. And Anarchy, absolutely back in town. Anarchy Roos, don't you worry about that. Too good from Winchelsea with Nathan Bissett, the son of the gun, best on the ground. Some big things happening out there at Footrot Flats. Hello, I'm Dick Philpott. Once again, I've assembled some of the biggest names and brains in local football to talk about what happened last week and what's going to happen this afternoon in the Interleague Footy. First of all, welcome, of course, to Dale Smyth. Good morning, Dale.
Thank you, Dick. Yeah, nice to be back here this morning. Looking forward to a good under-18 game earlier on, and then the main game this afternoon. Should be a great day for football.
Because the under-18 game, the curtain raiser, is between 2 undefeated sides. I'll talk about it in a minute, but North Geelong Magpies and the Cry Devils undefeated.
Yes, both undefeated, and probably North Geelong on results in the recent weeks have had a few closer games, but Cry have taken everything before them at this stage.
Yep.
I won't say they're going favourites because North Geelong haven't been beaten for some time, but it will be a great contest.
Fantastic. Well, as soon as the show's finished, folks, and only when it's finished, you can go out to Belpost Hill and have a look at that great under-18s game. And, of course, the man from the Sale Magpies, and, of course, we should play some Interleague against Sale one of these days, and we'll get to meet some of Jake's old friends down there. You never know. Jake Burke, good morning.
Morning, Richard. It's good to be here as per usual. I'm looking forward to a great day of football out at Belpost Hill today.
Oh, sensational.
Been waiting a long time for this.
Oh, look, I'll tell you what, I won't get things started there, but I'd love to see the GDFL playing the Ballerina League. Maybe that might be next year.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
We played them years ago out at Tommy Thompson Footy Ground under lights at Thunderdome, and tell you what, it was just one of those great games in local footy. Wednesday night they used to play it, and the scores were always very, very close, but that's a dream, hopefully, for next year. Now, the 94.7 match of the day last weekend, of course, was the Anarchy Winchelsea game, Dale, and it was a great come from behind for the Anarchy Footy Club.
Yeah, look, Dick, it was a good game to go and watch, actually. We hadn't been out to Winchelsea for some time. The way they started, they kicked 7 goals to about 2 or 3 in the first quarter, and it just looked like Winchelsea going to get away to a really good start and maybe have too much run in their legs for the Anarchy side. But, you know, through Jed Hogarth through the middle and Blake Kelly up forward, they had a bloke that can kick the ball, carry the ball out of the middle of the ground. Atwell was doing well in the middle of the ruck also and getting plenty of ball forward. And as I said, Blake Kelly had 3 till quarter time, and he was probably a little bit of a difference because after he left the ground halfway through the second quarter, early in the second quarter, their focal point of their balance up forward was really shaken. But they played Anarchy. Look, you've got to give these guys credit. We spoke to Daryl Bissett after the game, and their fitness levels was exceptional. We thought Winchelsea would be the fittest side and overrun them in the last quarter, but they were sensational. The 2 main goal kickers, Pittman and Cook, big blokes. Haven't got a lot of pace, but gee, when they put their bodies in front, they take a good strong mark. Their goal kicking let them down on the weekend, but they prepared to work pretty hard up the ground and present all the time, which is a bonus. As you said, young Nathan Bissett's a real good footballer. Seeker was another good player for them. They got a lot of things going for them at this stage. Sergeant Carter, as we called him, from Belpost Hill, he played a good game in the bloke on the screen there.
Sergeant Carter.
Yep. Very exciting. On the Interleague squad, also played well through their defensive end. Look, as I said, they're not probably a team of champions, but they're playing a pretty good brand of football and they're working together for each other. And the Coria connection that went out there are also pretty good with Ricky Lasrick and Kane Hayes. So, look, I think their next month is going to be really telling for them. Winchelsea very disappointing in that last quarter. They did have 2 blokes not on the ground from about halfway through the third quarter with injuries, which probably didn't help their rotations, but Anarchy, to their credit, absolutely overran the opposition side, and they actually, another bloke on screen, that David Cook, He was sensational, big, strong lad, kicks the ball a long, long way, actually went forward and stole a couple of goals for them. So pretty impressed with the way the Anarchy Roos are rolling along.
No relation to the other David Cook that used to play for Anarchy years ago?
Look, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't think they'd be too far from the hat or whatever the saying is, but I reckon he'd be some sort of relation. But
he's big and strong, like
big, strong, yeah, look, big, strong kid and moves pretty well.
And of course, Jake, fantastic game by Anarchy, and Daryl Bissett is making a big contribution out there once again. And another big question for you, mate: did you get yourself shot?
No, I think Neville Whitley, the great man, just decided to turn the gun range off for the afternoon. But a few shots started to creep in late the afternoon. But I'll tell you what, it was one of the better games we've seen for the year. Anarchy, as Dale said, they're really a competitive side. Probably not the most talented outfit going around in the GDFL at the moment, but their will to win was just really impressive on the weekend. And Winchelsea were pretty lacklustre in that last effort, last quarter. Once Anarchy started coming hard for them, they really crumbled under the pressure. And Winchelsea coach Michael Smith was pretty disappointed, as you'll probably see in this interview coming up. Speaking
of Michael Smith, we've now got an interview with the coach of the Winchelsea Blues. He was overseas at the start of the season. Paul Price nearly took him over, but Smithy got his job back. He's Michael Smith.
Michael, tough loss today. Where do you think it all went wrong?
Oh, look, it just came down to want in the end. You know, we didn't want it hard enough. Didn't want it as much as bloody Anarchy. You know, our training all week's been on the importance of winning, going 4-2. You know, I thought we were up and about, and look, we're probably lucky to go down by bloody 2 goals in the end.
Yeah. In the context of your season, is this probably the most disappointing moment?
Oh, absolutely. This is more disappointing than any other game we played last year. You know, if we've got this team, you know, and I reckon some of the players last year probably just haven't taken the next step. You know, we just got to get back on the track.
Do you think the injuries, particularly to Kelly, sort of broke down your structure and made it very difficult to score?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we go through Kelly. He's obviously our full forward. He's kicked. He's been our leading goal kicker. He'd already kicked 3. So look, that hurt us, but you just got to adapt, don't you? So we just couldn't do it, and it was basically the work rate of our midfield, and our wingers wouldn't push back, finding their men.
Yeah, and can you just reiterate the injuries that you got out of today's game?
Oh, it looks like Blake Kelly's broken his jaw, and Kruger's done a shoulder.
Yeah, great interview there with Michael Smith, coach of the Winchelsea Blues, and I guess a little bit shell-shocked, which is quite funny when we think about it. It's out at the gun club out there from their effort against the Anarchy Roos. We've got another interview coming up, and of course it's with the man we talked about before, Daryl Bissett, the Heat, the coach of the Anarchy Roos. Here's Daryl Bissett.
Daryl, at the end of the first quarter, your team was behind and not playing very well. Can you tell us what happened to turn it round for you?
Well, it was a bit of a worry, I suppose, because I went and watched Winch the other week against West, and they kicked 6 in the first quarter, and we knew we had to get off to a fair start, and I think our first 10 minutes wasn't too bad. But then, look, you're playing Winch here and things like that, we knew they were going to come back at us sort of thing, but we just wanted to be around the mark a quarter time, and you know, after that we just said, just back yourself, back your instincts, and just run off a little bit more, because we were just sort of stagnant about it all, so we just changed a couple of positional ones, and it turned out all right for us up to half-time.
Yeah. Can you tell us about the movement through the midfield and how that really took you into the game after half-time?
Yeah, we're rotating probably 7, 8, 9 blokes through there now. Where in the past the club's just had Bourke, Cookie, and a couple other blokes going through this lever, but we've got some young blokes coming through, and we're just giving them faith and we put them through. So what we've got is blokes going on ball that are sort of fresh sort of thing. So we just told them to run, come off the ground, we'll put somebody else fresh on. That sort of turned us right around. We're on ball, we're good.
What does this win mean for your season?
Look, what it means is we're 1 game ahead of our goal. We wanted to be 3-3. We're 4-2 now, but we're not getting ahead of ourselves. Look, by all means, smile, have a good night tonight. But we got Bannock in 2 weeks' time, and that's probably the biggest game for the club in the last probably 4, 5, 6 years, sort of thing. So we'll keep a little bit, as I say, a little bit of a lid on it. But it means a hell of a lot to our supporters, our sponsors, our spectators, and the committee that we are on the right track at the club, and just keep a bit of faith with us.
Fantastic interview again, and Daryl Bissett, of course, very excited about the prospects of the Anarchy Roos for season 2010. We're going to pay some bills. When we come back, we'll start talking about the big action of the interleague game at the Ring Road Recreation Reserve this afternoon. Back after this.